Yeah, what's up, guys? It's 3:35 in the afternoon. It's still the 24th of June, 2023. I'm on a roll with all these damn videos, aren't I? Shit. The Diary of the Griever named John Weaver, which would be me, is here in Rosamond, California. Anyway, responding to all the damn politics happening these days, I have not been, as the channel would suggest, been emotionally compromised because of anything happening to make me go weepy eyed and emotionally going crazy with the roller coasters. No, politics is pissing me off these days. Why not? We're continuing with the Wagner love story of Russia. The more I keep learning and trying to understand what's been going on, the more I keep expecting Putin to lose his mind utterly by doing something subtle, sneaky, or having something blatant happen to the Wagner leader. I'm expecting a big boom. I'm expecting an artillery shell to hit the poor guy and blow his ass up. I'm also expecting the Wagner guy to pretend he's going to get blown up by his own soldiers. Here's the thing about it. Russia hired Wagner because they needed the manpower to go on the offensive with the Ukrainians. Russia can still Putin still wanted Russia to make its stand against Ukraine, saying you're coming back to me one way or another. He wanted anybody and everybody he can get, including mercenaries, to fight for him. He got the Wagner. But he knew he couldn't trust him, but he still dealt with them anyway. And since the Wagner leader believed that, or it was assumed to believe that Putin betrayed, so now we had a coup, or just about. And Wagner was declared traitors. But we'll forgive the traitor situation if you join the Russian forces to go against Ukraine once more and be under my command. You will sign the papers to formalize this stuff and never again turn your back against Mother Russia. And the deal offered to Wagner leader is this. Go back to Belarus and don't do damn shit otherwise. But you're still considered a dirty, rotten traitor. I wouldn't put it past Putin to stick a gun or a 9mm in the Wagner's leader's head, screw it into his ears, and say, I'm going to kill your family. This is my hypothetical analysis of the situation. Okay, I'm no guru at anything. I'm just observing what's going on, and as I know about Putin a little bit and understanding his megalomania, I would not put it past this son of a. Believe me, there's a lot of stronger language I've used on my other channels at this point over here. So let me see if I can try to keep it clean. I'm going to screw a 9mm into your head, and I'm going to tell you. You will do this. Otherwise, I kill you, I kill your family, I kill everybody else. I kill, 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 kill. You're dirty, rotten traitors, but I will forgive your soldiers. And the problem is, the soldiers, the Wagner's army, had already fired on the Russian troops. Now, how the hell are these guys supposed to play nice and go against Ukraine's? Ukraine is laughing, and so is the rest of the world at Putin. Putin's got to do something dramatic. He's subtle, I know, at times, because he can do subtle poisons, and he has assassins for that. And yeah, that'll be his thought. But he's got to make it out in the open. He's got to get something out in the open. He's got to prove to the guys that he's in charge. He's got the power. Not keep it subtle. He wants proof. He wants to tell these people, look, you play by my rules or else you're dead. Period. How's that? And it was a brokered deal. Broken by the Belarus leadership. As they keep reporting it on the media. I'm lousy with names. But I wouldn't put it past them. I keep thinking we're getting closer and closer to Armageddon. We don't even realize it. That's what scares the living crap out of me. As I said before in my previous video, it takes forces without and forces within. There goes democracy. The Wagner leader admitted he was screwing around with our elections. Foreign power interfering with our elections. It's been proven. It's been promoted. It's been said out there. They've got it on record. And the people still don't believe the damn shit. It scares the hell out of me that we have officials in our own internal political system that still want to play head games. And they don't want to think about it. Because maybe they already are involved in the damn shit. So now we got that situation going on. So now we got the conspiracy situations happening at this point over here. It scares the hell out of me that I may be falling into that kind of damn trap. See, I'm the guy that I want to keep an open mind on a hell of a lot of things, but when I start hearing things that my gut tells me that it's bullshit, I'm going to call it on it. Oh, there goes my damn language. Frackaduck. We're in for it. This may be the decade or this may be the century that America is still going to have to decide whether or not it still wants a democracy or not. We're going to have to fight as hell just to keep the damn thing, or else we're going to let ourselves be torn apart by extremism left and right. From the outside as well as from the inside. I can't show any happy-dappy videos out there smiling my ass off, especially when I got all this shit happening these days. I'm sorry, that's not me. My family I could talk to about this if they were still alive. My brother, I'd be having discussions about it. He'd be picking my brains left and right. He knew I was following politics ever since I was a teenager. Watching all those political shows left and right. Trying to pick up what these guys are saying, doing, and everything else. And not to mention reading papers. I was trying to understand the world I was living in. Ma would engage me in a hell of a lot of discussions regarding it too. Besides her British television she'd love to watch. But it was also politics she also got into. And now I'm seeing this happen in my lifetime. If I lived long enough, I might be able to see the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. If we hadn't gone under yet during that time. I know other people are going to be fighting like crazy with their own versions of what America's supposed to be. And the thing of it is, America was supposed to be the great American melting pot we were called a long time ago. We celebrated the differences. We're supposed to be a pluralistic society. Unfortunately, we're turning into a monotheism. And we're starting to think that way too. Or at least the extremism wants us to be that way. Has to be this way, or there's nothing else. And how are we supposed to be able to deal with this? How the Sam Hill are we supposed to be able to deal with this shit? Honest to God, I don't know how to answer that one. Where's the answer? I don't know. But we're fighting it. We're fighting anything and everything about it. I never thought that I'd see our country go to hell in a handbasket like we are doing right now as it is, and I don't know what the hell we're going to do about it. Except sit back, watch the show, and watch all America get burned down, or we're actually going to see something that actually shows us what we're supposed to be made out of. A long time ago, 240 some odd years ago, we had fought a country that was supposed to be our mother country, but we broke off. And we had other countries and other cultures joining us in the 13 colonies of trying to make home out of a new land. And in one particular viewpoint, but if you're going to be looking at the other viewpoint, on the other side, we had a bunch of European invaders happening into this particular country where the Native Americans are scratching their heads off and trying to count the dead because of death and death caused by disease and by foreign shrapnel, as in lead balls going into their bodies. Yeah, it helps when you study history and you try to get both sides of the aisle. Different viewpoints, different colors of the spectrum adding to the single truth, whatever the hell that damn thing is. We're so damn blinded to our own damn viewpoints, it's not even funny. We think we know it all, but we don't. We can't even understand that, man. We're so screwed up as a culture, as a society, as a species. I don't know what the hell we're going to do later on in life. I don't know. I don't have the answers for that one. Currently, just dealing with this particular crisis without going into the history of the world, no part. I'm not doing a Mel Brooks on this one. But apparently we keep failing to learn history. We have elements keep repeating left and right. The earth recycles itself. The universe recycles itself somehow, one way or another. But do we ever recycle ourselves? Do we actually understand what the hell we're recycling? No. We're screwed. We're screwed. We think we're not. We're screwed. We are. We think we know better, but we don't know any better. So what do we do about it? Somebody going to tell me the answer on that one. We deal, we cope, we try to find common ground one way or another. And if we can't, well, we're going to be butting heads, aren't we? Regarding Putin's situation at this point versus a Wagner leader, let me get back to that one. The internal politics we've got going on, people screaming and yelling at each other. Oh, I love it when I look at YouTube and I get all these political things so programmed well into the zeros and ones that they've got me locked into this cycle all the damn time. Can't seem to break out of it. Even would I happen to change email addresses or change to different accounts? No, they got me. All right, know this guy. He's politically minded. Now we got to get everything else that's political to drive him crazy here. We got to get the progressive medias who are complaining about different people left and right with the different cultures, including if we're dealing with religion, evangelical, the preachers yelling and screaming at people, considering politics the evil thing, and yet one particular politician is screaming and yelling because he wants to scream and yell on a stage. He's going to be submitting to the federal government for taxation because he doesn't like the federal government and whatever kind of things is going on. Or better yet, you got these other people spouting off crap in different corporate media channels left and right that YouTubers got to pick up the pieces and left to right and make their own damn comments about them. Hey, that sounds like me too. Is this real life? Well, no, this is life happening right now as it is. Life sometimes we choose to look at, and other lives we tend to ignore. But this is what we got going right now, isn't it? Yeah, basically. Views of the earth, views of politics, we think it's so locked up. We can't see outside the damn box. Outside the cage. Life is happening outside the cage, and yet we don't care about that. We happen to what the gladiators are doing with each other, trying to kill each other. Yeah, let's do some stuff to each other. I don't like you because of your viewpoints. Well, I don't like you because you are you. Well, that's fine. Let's dance. Fine, I'll do the polka and you do soft shoe. Hell with that, I'm doing Motown. Well, I'm doing Saturday Night Live. How about that one? That sucks. Yeah, doesn't it? Ah! I have to make fun of the human race. If we actually had people outside monitoring our poor ass planet at this point over here, what in God's name would they think about us? Put up a force field around the damn solar system and let them stay there and rot. Better yet, recall the Pioneer vessels we had in the Voyager craft and send them back our way with a message on them. Don't leave until you grow up. By that time, we're going to be so pissed off at each other, we don't even know what the hell we're going to do with each other. Either we'll do what Carl Sagan feared about when he was talking about the human race in his series and his book of Cosmos, or we're actually going to be doing something that actually matters the most. And quite honestly, I don't know what the hell we're going to do, to tell you the truth. But we got to figure it out. We've only got so much life support on this planet yet left before we start killing it off. We either got to get our terraforming colonies out there in space and space stations left and right so they can be self-sustaining, or we as a human being are going to be going poof and that's it. If the aliens want to be so damn kind to do the poof act, hey, I'll just destabilize the sun 8 minutes later, say goodbye. Everything that we thought of, created, gone forever. Human race no longer exists. Maybe if they're so kind, they can send us back to Pioneer and Voyager episode, so there'll be nothing left. The only problem is we've already left our electronic signatures out in the cosmos already. What we started doing with our radio transmissions and we started our television transmissions, we started broadcasting out there. Telling the universe that we're here. It's like we're doing a no, it's like we're doing Dr. Seuss episode. Horton Hears the Who. A little life form buried in a daffodil. The jungle doesn't believe in the poor elephant. So the daffodil has to do something at the final end. Scream and yell like crazy, and it takes one little kid to scream. Go, yap, yap, yap. Breaks out the shell, and everyone else is screaming their heads off, and everyone else can see, there's life down there. And then the little daffodil people have to consider that one because now they got the same situation to deal with. Oh, the cosmos is indeed weird. But then again, dealing with us, we already left our electronic fingerprints out there in the universe. We already showed how screwed up we are and how beginning in the life we are. And if they actually were monitoring us for millions of years, or actually thousands of years, maybe they would consider us definitely not potential for contact just yet, not until we learn how to grow up or blow ourselves up to hell. Meanwhile, in our daily stuff that we're dealing with the politicians and the maggots and the leftists and rightists and the middle, the centrists and the progressives and God knows who else going. Our planet's life support's going hell in a handbasket, and we're still hearing the fires, floods, tornadoes, hurricanes, natural disasters. Hell of a thing to think about on a Sunday. I'll tell you that much. Oh, yes, and we must do the conversion on people. We must make them believe that there's powers greater than themselves that can restore them to. I'm sorry, is there such a thing called sanity these days? I mean, is it a commonly collective thing called sanity? Do we actually know what the hell that is anymore? I don't think we know. No, I just turned on the news and we don't know what the hell that is. Guy could bust in through my damn door right now, take a shotgun, and blow my head off for the fun of it. Just because he can. Or might go to some other place around this neighborhood here and just go nuts. And by the time the news stories happen, the guy's already either dead or he's laughing his ass off somewhere else or crying his ass off out and just wondering why he did that in the first place. Why? Because he did. Psychologists will be trying to figure out the poor psycho, whether or not, if we were worthy enough for massacre or not. Oh, was he provoked? I could have been a provocateur. Yeah, right. I could have been the one that instigated things. I could have been telling the masses in my own damn videos at this point over here, you will do this. I am commanding you and I am convincing you and hypnotizing you with a little razzle dazzle hand waving and everything else going on. You will listen to me because I am that interesting. I really am not. And I will be doing some subtle commands on you. You will do this. You will do this. You will do this. Stroke! 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 Okay, stroke the damn boat. We'll get you fired up. We'll do a fiery speech. We'll light up something in flames over here and tell you with a flame here, you will follow the flame of this thing as it's burning my thumb off at this point. Ah! And when I scream one more time, you will act and instigate something stupid. Ah! Call 911. My thumb just went off. Better yet. You will do this by the power of the paper towel. By the power of the paper towel, you will be doing this. You will be doing. You will be doing this. You will be doing this. Ah! Now don't you let me do this to you. I'll do something on your forehead with this damn thing. I'll go bah! I don't think so. Yeah, I just. Sometimes I get crazy enough when I'm thinking and seeing all these people going crazy and freaking out, and the progressives or God knows what else is posting them on there saying, "Well, see how this person's doing this, and how this person's doing." I get sick and tired of that shit so much. I'm quite convinced that Google, YouTube, and everything else has been programmed that we watch a topic long enough or get programmed into it, so now we're getting brainwashed more and more into it. Getting to the point where I'm starting to craving an intergalactic battle with Star Wars Battlefront 2, the EA version of it. Put it on God mode, put it on limited ammunition, see the zeros and ones in computer generated form, and start having fun with them. Watch them blow to hell. Ah. But would this be considered violent behavior? Why not? I keep seeing the damn shit all the damn time on any of the social medias left and right that broadcast the damn shit. We're blowing people up left and right. They're just computer images. Are they? Should we talk about it in another video?